Are you even studying? Ask yourself this question. Are you even studying if you're doing this? Answer is no, you are not studying. You are actually betraying yourself. You are actually betraying your mother. You're actually betraying your father. You're actually betraying your mentors and your teachers. You're betraying if you are replying to messages within 1 second. Hello and welcome guys, and welcome to this short vlog. And yes, since it's a pre-examination vlog, I'm very sure that this vlog is going to find you in a nervous position, in a position where you are little less confident, you are confused about little things, certain things. You might not be that confident in regarding your revision or syllabus or something like that. And yes, of course, nervousness has to be an essential element of this time period which you are in currently. Don't worry guys, even if you are nervous, even if you are scared, even if you are feeling little less confident, even if you are little worried about your examination, this is the right time, this is the right moment to feel that way. Yes. So in my experience of giving CA, CS and CMA, in the examinations where I was not feeling nervous, I got low marks in those examinations. The examinations where I was little nervous before the examination, in those examinations I've got high marks. So nervousness is an essential element of this time period, and you should just stay calm, don't panic. This nervousness will fade away over a period of time, but if nervousness is there, then it's a positive signal that you are going the right direction, and yes, you are going to achieve your goals very, very soon. If you're nervous, be happy, rejoice, because this is the right thing to feel at this point in time when the exams are around the corner. Yes, a few days to go for your examination. Your preparations must be in full swing. Yes, in past 6 months, you have sacrificed a lot. In the past 6 months, you have done your level best in your studies. And yes, you've sacrificed a lot of things in last 6 months. And trust me, everything is going to be worth it when you'll be seeing your results. So don't worry, don't be panic, just be calm and give it your best shot. Leave rest to God. And yes, you must have seen the thumbnail, you must have seen the caption. So before I start the video, let me give a disclaimer. This video is in no way a prediction of the examination. I'm not going to predict anything in the examination. Or you should not say that, oh, Nikhil sir has some source from where he has found out important topics of the examination, that's how he's disclosing. Nothing of this sort, guys. These disclaimers are essential because many students would comment in the comment section that, sir, are these topics going to come in the examination? Should we only do these topics and leave rest topics? Many such questions come to me after I post such a video. So a disclaimer beforehand. No, you cannot leave any topic before the examination, guys. The topics which I'm going to disclose just now, those topics are a little more important as compared to the other topics according to my prediction, according to my apprehension. This is not a prediction, okay? I'm not predicting anything. These are my apprehension, these are my gut feeling, these are my hunch feelings, and every teacher who is in this profession for a long period of time, he or she will definitely have this hunch feeling, would have this gut feeling, yes, that yes, these portions, these topics are going to be little more important in the upcoming examination as compared to other topics. That hunch feeling I'm going to share with you. In no way, in no circumstance, you should conclude that these are the topics which I'm going to do in the examination and I'm going to leave rest of the topics. So no, this conclusion is absolutely. So yes, the aim is to be on this particular chart. The aim is to be a rank holder in December 2023 attempt. The aim is to perform well in your examination. And pursuance of this particular aim, hereby I am presenting before you an analysis that I have done of July 2023 attempt and the MQP which has been released by the institute. Okay, now in this particular video I'm going to focus on two subjects: CMA Final, Cost Audit, and BVM SPM. Yes, I'm going to present similar analysis for the subjects as well through different videos, but this particular video is dedicated to two subjects: Cost Audit and BVM SPM CMA Final Group 4. Before I start my analysis, a plain disclaimer, a plain a fact, statement of fact. It's not a disclaimer, it's actually a statement of fact, guys. Cost audit and BVM SPM is going to be the changing point of your CMA final results, and I can give it to you in writing. Ask your seniors, ask the students who have qualified CMA final, and they will vouch for this fact that cost audit and BVM SPM are going to be the game changers in your CMA final syllabus. Why? Because cost audit and BVM SPM have got limited syllabus, 100 marks, and quite simple, straightforward. However, July 2023 attempt, which was the first attempt for syllabus 2022, saw some roller coasters in these two papers. And that is the sole reason why I'm coming up with this analysis. And I'm also going to give you some tips on how to attempt both of these papers so that these two papers go well for you. So why do you say that July 2023, which was the first attempt for syllabus 2022, was a roller coaster for these two papers? Because certain unexpected things happened in July 2020. Now, those of you who are belonging to syllabus 2016, they must be thinking, sir, is this video relevant for me or not? Should I switch off the video? Should I go away? Because we are talking only about syllabus 2022. No, this video is relevant for syllabus 2016 syllabus students also. They have their last attempt in December 2023. So yes, this video is relevant for you also. Equally relevant for you, because I'm going to tell you certain important aspects of the syllabus which is relevant for both syllabus 2022 and 2016. There's not much of difference between these two syllabus, guys. Maybe 10 marks here and there. Other things remain absolutely the same. So this video is meant for both syllabus 2022 and syllabus 2016 attempt syllabus students. Okay, so 16 students also should see this video carefully. Now, what was the mayhem? What was the churning? What was the different thing which came up in July 2023 attempt with respect to cost audit and BVM SPM, guys? Especially with respect to BVM SPM, and specifically with respect to SPM, we saw some unusual questions coming in the examination in July 2023 attempt. I'll also tell you the reasons why this unusual pattern came in July 2023 attempt. I'll be discussing everything regarding these two subjects. First of all, let me take up cost audit. Okay, now cost audit is a simple subject, okay, straightforward subject, limited syllabus, which is quite less as compared to other lengthy subjects like CFR, like IDT, like SFM. Okay, cost audit has got limited content. Okay, even out of that limited content, I'm going to tell you out of my analysis which content is particularly relevant for December 2023 attempt. That is the objective of this particular video. So if we first of all see the July 2023 attempt, so this analysis is of July 2023 attempt. Paper was divided into two parts. Part 1 50 marks, part 2 50 marks. This is how paper was divided, and the paper had questions from cost audit and then management audit in this particular part. Primarily theory in the second part, primarily practical in the first part. Okay, but first part contained theory as well. Okay, so the questions which were there were MCQs. First of all, question number 1, 10 marks. Now, pattern has changed for December 2023. This is not the pattern. Pattern is absolutely different, which I'll be discussing in the MQP, which the institute has released. But I'm just focusing on the content as of now. Okay. Social objectives of cost audit. Objectives of cost audit is recurring in the examination now and then. Okay. So definitely an important piece of topic. Value addition, a practical question coming from this particular topic, 10 marks. Professional ethics, now an important chapter of your syllabus, which more often than not comes in the examination for say 6 marks, 8 marks, or like similar number of marks. Professional ethics is important. Capacity determination, a practical question from capacity determination. CAS 2, definitely an important portion of your syllabus. Don't worry, I'll be clubbing all these topics together and giving you a list of topics which are important from December 2023 angle. Then checklist for repair and maintenance audit. How to audit repair and maintenance cost. Okay, so we have specific checklist. Okay, it's there in my book also, it's there in institute book also. How do you audit say revenue? How do you audit say salary expenditure, employee cost? How do you audit depreciation? What are the procedures of auditing all these things? Okay, there's a checklist which I've also done in my class, which is there in your syllabus. That checklist is simply very, very important, guys. Okay, so checklist which came in the July 2023 attempt is repair and maintenance. I'm very sure that for December 23, repair maintenance might not recur. There'll be some other cost which will be asked to you. But checklist is definitely important. Then stages of audit. The audit documentation chapter has got these stages of audit: planning stage, execution stage, reporting stage. Those stages are important. Primarily a theory question which came. Audit reporting now. A question came from audit reports. What kind of audit report? Like qualified report. What is the meaning of qualified report? How is it relevant? What are the circumstances in which qualification is to be given? So audit reporting, there was a question in July 2023. This was part A. Part B started with MCQs again. Okay. Now, one very specific point, guys. In both of the parts, part 1 and part 2, MCQ required justification. Question said that 1 mark will be given for the correct answer, 1 mark for the justification. Now, the catch is that in the MQP, which has been released by the institute, the justification is not required. However, the MCQ is still of 2 marks. Now, the students are confused, whether to write the justification or not. In my personal view, whether question asks you to write the justification or not, if the question is of 2 marks, you should write the justification in 1 line. Please don't write paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. In 1 line or maximum 2 lines, write the justification. Why do you say that your answer should be this? Whether the question asks you or not, if it's a 2 marks MCQ, you should write 1 line or 2 line justification for sure. Okay. Then ESG audit, environment, social, government audit. This was asked in July 2023. Now, this typically is a topic of syllabus 2022. So, syllabus 2016 students might not do this, but 22 students, this topic came and it was pure theory from the study mat itself, from the book itself. Okay. Then business environment. How is business environment related to cost audit? How do you analyze business environment before starting an audit? That kind of question. Benefits of CSR, corporate social responsibility, has been an important topic, since ever. And this is an important topic. Audit documentation, a question came from audit documentation. Then there's a checklist which I have also given you in your book, checklist with respect to internal audit of certain organizations like hospitals, like cooperative societies, like educational institutions, like other institutions which are there. Now, these checklists along with the checklist of specific areas is very, very important. Sir, what is the difference between this checklist and this checklist? The difference is that this checklist enumerates the areas, it highlights the important areas where audit is required to be done of the financial statements, areas like assets, areas like liabilities, areas like share capital. So these areas are very, very important. So the checklist which I'm talking to you over here relates to areas of audit, and checklist which I'm talking to you over here is relating to the organization where audit is required to be done. So these organizations like cooperative societies, like hospitals, like education institutions. So these are organization specific checklist. So both the checklists are important from an exam standpoint, because either one can definitely come, both can also come, one from the areas, one from the organization. So you have to do both the checklist well. You have to do both the checklists completely. Okay. Then records required for PMLA. Now, Prevention of Money Laundering Act is there in your syllabus. Yes, it's a huge chapter. So, to what extent should we go to learn this chapter, guys? Don't mug up the entire portion of the chapter. Just do the important bits of the chapter. Important bits means the key areas of this particular act, which are objectives of act. Then what are the various authorities which are there in the act? What are the what are the punishments which are prescribed in the act if someone is found in money laundering? That what are the ramifications for that particular person? What do you mean by money laundering? What are the areas which are covered under money laundering? What is the definition of related party according to money laundering? All these important topics you must do. Then one very important thing, guys, there are FAQs. Yes, there are FAQs which are there in your study mat also. FAQs with respect to money laundering, PMLA. Those are very, very important. These FAQs you must do in your study pattern, in your study material. You must do these FAQs because these are very, very important FAQs. The FAQs are required to be done along with PMLA for sure. Okay, please take note of this. FAQs you have to do. They're in study mat. They're there in my book also. You have to do these FAQs. Then policy of whistleblowing. Now, this was something which was very unique. It was not there in your study mat. It was not there in your syllabus. It was not there in your previous suggested answers or the questions which have come in the examination in past. It was not there. It was a googly question. Okay, when you are in CMA final, remember one thing: in every examination there will be 10 to 15 or even 20 marks of googly questions. What do you mean by googly questions? Googly questions means questions in which you are not able to analyze from which chapter are these questions given and whether they are belonging to your syllabus or not. And you don't recall which chapter have you studied these googly questions from. You don't recall anything when the paper is in front of you. You are absolutely blank about these questions. In every paper, there has to be some amount of googly questions. There will always be some amount of googly questions in all the papers of CMA Final. Okay. In one paper of CMA Final, both in Group 3 and Group 4, the googly question will be a little larger, say 30 marks or 35 marks. So the average where googly question will be there in every paper is 15 to 20 marks. In one paper, each of Group 3 and Group 4, in one paper each, there will be googly questions of 30 to 35 marks. These googly questions are aimed to reduce your confidence, to thrash your confidence, force you to quit, force you to move out of the examination hall, and force you to leave the questions that you know, the question that you are already aware about. These googly questions are meant to reduce your confidence so that you are not able to attempt the question that you know. You are forced to move out of the examination hall. Guys, do not do this mistake. Please always remember that out of 100 marks, you just need to score 50 on aggregate basis, 40 on individual basis. So when you see a googly question, you just attempt it. Okay, do not leave any question unattempted. Attempt all the questions. Do not leave any question unattempted. Specifically for these googly questions where you are not able to understand which chapter is this question from. Those questions, guys, be all the more confident. Now when you don't know the answer, then you can, the entire world is your answer, right? Whatever you can think about this particular topic, you can write it in the examination. That's the strategy to attempt googly questions. Do not leave googly questions. Attempt googly questions. As many questions are there, attempt all of them. That is the key to attempting the paper and specifically the googly questions. So yes, policy was required to be formulated for whistleblowing. Whistleblowing means that there has to be some policy with respect to which if someone finds something dicey, something which is not usual in the company, then he can report it to the board of directors or report it to the concerned person. How to draft a policy surrounding whistleblowing, that was required to be drafted. 8 marks mandatory question was there. Okay, so this was the pattern for July 2023 attempt. Now let me come on to the MQP of cost audit. MQP means model question paper. Okay, now the pattern was absolutely rejigged by the institute in the MQP. The pattern was absolutely changed. Now there was no bifurcation between section A and section B. There was question number 1, which was mandatory, which is MCQ. Mandatory question of MCQ was there. That was question number 1. Okay, and out of the rest of the question, there was choice, internal choice, and you have to do certain question out of the rest of the questions. Each question was of 14 marks. Okay, each question was of 14 marks. AB were the groups which were made. So each question was of 14 marks, and you had to attempt a few of them. Okay, first question was of MCQ. Now MCQ can come from any chapter, be it cost audit or be it management audit, theory or practical. Anything can be asked in the MCQ. More so with respect to the rules. Okay, what industries are included in cost audit and cost records, how to analyze the turnover of cost audit and cost records. Professional ethics. Now these are certain very favorite areas of the examiner to give in the MCQs. Similarly, cost accounting standards, and I've already told you cost accounting standards 1 to 10 are the most important cost accounting standards, and the rest of the cost accounting standards are similar cost accounting standards to 1 to 10. So 1 to 10 cost accounting standards you have to do superbly well, be it practical or theoretical portion. Do it in a very strong manner. Cost accounting standard 1 to 10. 11 to 24 cost accounting standard, you can still take a leeway that they are repetitive in nature, so you can just do the uncommon portions of the rest of the cost accounting. So yes, cost accounting standards theoretical portion can be asked in the MCQs, rules can be asked in the MCQs, professional ethics can be asked in the MCQs, basics of cost audit can be asked in the MCQs, Companies Act can be asked in the MCQs. So these are the favorite questions of the examiners to be asked in the MCQ. Again, 2 marks each, and special thing was justification was not required. Will you give the justification? Yes, you will give the justification. If the question is of 2 marks, then you cannot just write one word answer. You have to write a justification also in the next line. Okay, write the answer at the top and the justification in the next line. Then objectives of cost audit. Now, very important question from an exam standpoint came in July 23. Again, record in MQP. So I'm saying that objectives is definitely important. Now, since it came in July 23, so the chance of it coming in December 23 is little bleak. But still, there are two kind of objectives of cost audit. One is normal objectives, one are social objectives. So in December 23, social objectives can come or normal objectives can come. Either of the two can come. So again, you must do. Information to be given in CRA2. So form CRA2, which requires the company to disclose the information about the cost auditor to the MCA. That particular CRA2 form is there. So what are the information that are required to be disclosed in form CRA2? It is very generic in nature. Okay, company name, DIN of the company, address of the company, cost auditor's name, cost auditor's address, cost auditor's membership, the firm name, and what period for which audit is proposed, products for which audit is proposed, etc. etc. These are the information which are required to be disclosed in CRA2. Disqualification of an auditor. An important theoretical question that can come in examination. Filing of report in XBRL. The XBRL is usually a unimportant topic. It by chance came in MQP, but I don't think XBRL or the report which is there in XBRL can come in the examination. So a little unimportant topic. Material cost. Yes, cost accounting standard. Material cost. Practical question came in MQP, and of course material cost, employee cost. Both are very important because both of them require you to find out the cost, employee cost or material cost, and then the direct cost, indirect cost, administrative overheads, and all the overheads which are there, direct or indirect overheads, all of them are required to be computed in this particular question. So material cost, a practical question came for 7 marks in the examination. Now this practical question which came for 7 marks, it was quite simple. There were elements given for material cost and you have to add up all the elements to compute the total material cost for a particular cost sheet or a particular organization. That is what material cost was all about. So practical question came. Capacity determination, guys, uncompromisable. Capacity determination, according to me, is the one of the most important practical topics of your syllabus. It recurs in the examination quite often. Came in July 23, came in MQP 23. Now one might say that since it came in July 23, it might not recur in December 23. I do not agree with this theory because this topic is so important that in July 23, if it came, it can recur in December 23 as well. So cost accounting standard 2, capacity determination. Please do all the questions that I've done in my class. Please do all the questions that I've given as practice questions in the back of my book. Study mat of the institute I've already covered in my study mat. Do all the suggested answers of past examination. Whatever examination have come from this particular topic in the past, all of them are required to be done by you for sure. So this particular topic, capacity determination, CAS 2, is the most important topic which can come in the exam. It's very important for your from your exam standpoint. Okay, reconciliation of profit, financial profit with costing profit. Okay, this reconciliation definitely is very important from an exam standpoint because this reconciliation can come as a small question, as a short question, or as a lengthy question. Both options are there. Okay, so reconciliation of profit is very important. Now you will see that I have not mentioned about capital employed, computation of capital employed. I have not mentioned about computation of net worth over here. These are the practical questions that I've done in the class. Okay, guys, these are definitely not important. Yes, I can openly say computation of capital employed, computation of net worth, these kind of questions are not important from a December 23 standpoint. Plus syllabus 2022, the study mat, you don't have these questions at all, right? There's a larger chance that these questions will not come in your examination. So then why have you covered in your study mat when you are yourself saying that these might not come in the examination? It's because I have to be holistic. At least for 2-3 attempts, I want you to do these 2 questions in the class at least. Don't give them much importance, but do them in the class so that if they come in the examination, you are able to attempt them. That is the objective. If they come in the examination, you are able to attempt them. That is the whole objective behind me doing these two kind of questions in the class. So do these questions in the class, do these questions, just have an overview of it, but they're definitely less important as compared to value addition. Methods of forensic audit. Yes, forensic audit is an important theoretical chapter of your syllabus. Must do this chapter properly. Again, I'm repeating the same thing. Don't mug the entire chapter. Guys, don't mug the entire chapter. Just according to your understanding, just cull out the important aspect, the objectives of forensic audit, tools of forensic audit, what kind of evidences do you collect in forensic audit, what is the scope of forensic audit, who is doing forensic audit, who are the authorized professionals who do forensic audit, what are the reporting requirements in forensic audit. These kind of questions you should do, the important ones. Okay. So yes, an important chapter. Environment audit, management audit. These two audits are quite important from an exam standpoint. They have record theoretical portion, guys. Financial ratios. Now these are ratios which are recurring in the examination quite often. Okay, simple ratios like return on equity, return on net worth, profit margin. What is computation of profit margin, or return on capital employed. These are basic ratios. Even working capital ratio, then current ratio. These kind of ratios are important from an exam standpoint, and they keep coming in the examination quite often. They're very basic, but yes, a practical question you can expect from these ratios. Manpower planning. How to plan your manpower, how to assess what kind of manpower do you require, and whatever manpower you could require, how to gauge your necessity, how to gauge your requirement, and how to fulfill the manpower. That is the topic, manpower planning. So manpower planning is an important topic of your syllabus. So yes, please do this particular topic carefully. Internal audit. Internal audit is a chapter which is very, very important. An internal audit of different organizations. I've already told you that this checklist is very, very important, and you can see the next topic, audit of hospitals. This is asked in the exam. Guys, every examination, you see any paper in past, say 5 attempts, audit of a particular organization is always asked in the paper. Be it hospital, be it education institute, be it political institute, be it cooperative society, be it HUF, any other audit. This is recurring in the examination every attempt. This checklist, which I have given in the internal audit chapter as a practice question at the back of the chapter, this is very, very important. This was a question on internal audit, how is internal audit relevant, etc. And this is the question on checklist for hospitals. How will you, do audit of a hospital? This is that kind of a checklist. So these are the questions which have come in MQP. Okay. Now the analysis is pretty clear. Okay. Theoretical portion is quite a lot in cost audit as compared to BVM SPM. BVM SPM is practical heavy. Cost audit is theory heavy. Still, you can easily find questions like material cost, capacity determination, reconciliation profit, which means almost, and value addition, right? You can find 30 to 40 marks of practical questions in each cost audit paper. 30 to 40 marks of practical question in each cost audit paper definitely will be there. Don't worry. So we need to ratify everything. So we need to mug up everything. We are not able to mug up things, etc. Don't worry about that. 30 to 40 marks practical questions is coming in cost audit, and the history is definitely going to repeat. 30 marks of practical questions you can at least expect in cost audit. Okay. So these were the two important recent questions paper that we have in our hand. July 23 paper and December 23 MQP. So these papers I've analyzed, I've seen all the topics which are there, and after this analysis what I've done is I have jotted down the important topics. But before you see this, no, I am not going to show you these important topics. Before you see these important topics, I'm going to hide these important topics from you. Before seeing this important topics, you need to pledge with me that, sir, we are not going to leave the other topics of the syllabus. No, we are not going to leave it. We are just going to give more importance to these topics. That is the idea. Idea is not to leave the other topics of your syllabus. Idea is to give more importance to these topics. That's it. Okay. Please take this pledge and note down these important topics for the December 2023 attempt. Objectives of cost audit, disqualifications of cost auditor, stages of audit, PMLA. With PMLA, do write FAQs of PMLA. Okay, very, very important. FAQs of PMLA. Forensic audit, environment audit, management audit. There are 3 audits which are very, very important from a theoretical standpoint. All 3 of them are given in internal audit chapter in my book. CSR, corporate social responsibility, relevance, use, etc., etc. Important topic. Audit of various entities, various organizations like hospitals, education institution, cooperative society, etc., etc. Very, very important aspect of our syllabus. And finally, internal audit and its various aspects. These are the theoretical portions which are important from an exam standpoint. So please do these well, okay? If we come on to the practical portion, in practical portion, value addition is the most important topic which will definitely come in your examination according to my hunch feeling, okay? Then capacity determination, CAS 2, an important one. Reconciliation of profits, very, very important. Financial ratios, very, very important. Along with this, I would like to write one more, the rules, okay? Practical question based on rules, where you are required to analyze whether the rules are applicable on a particular situation or not. So practical question relating to rules are very, very important, where you need to analyze whether cost accounting records are applicable on this particular product or not, cost audit is applicable on this particular product or not. So these rules are very, very important from an exam standpoint, both theoretically and practically. Both the aspects are required to be covered in your preparation. So this was all about cost. Now let me move on to business valuation, BVM and SPM, which has actually seen a lot more chaos in July 2023 attempt. Okay. Now, July 2023 attempt was a unique attempt with respect to specifically SPM BV, SPM part of the syllabus. Okay. So guys, you have 2 parts of your syllabus, 50 marks SPM, 50 marks BVM. In July 2023 attempt, so this is July 2023 attempt. Okay, no, this one, yes. BVM SPM July 2023 attempt. In July 2023 attempt of SPM BVM, SPM used to be theory heavy. But July 2023 attempts had seen SPM as a practical heavy portion. Some practical questions were given which were actually new to the students, and they were actually unique. Never ever a question like practical questions were asked of this stature, of this manner in the examination before July 2023. Yes, you can say that syllabus 2022 was introduced first time in July 2023, but the topics were the same. There were very less difference in the topics. Still, practical questions were quite a lot in July 2023 attempt, and yes, a few of them were also googlies. So first question was of cash flow analysis. MCQ of course was there. Justification was required. I've already told you, even if it's not required and it's a 2 marks question, you should write justification in your examination for sure. Okay, so cash flow analysis, a theory question was asked from cash flow analysis, and this theory question was also a little typical. Please go to the suggested answers of July 23 and read these questions. Important from a knowledge standpoint, also from an examination standpoint. Okay, typical question which was asked. Okay, performance improvement tools, a theoretical question asked from performance improvement tools, how to improve the performance. Okay, and a practical question was also asked from the same chapter, which was again a little bit unique. Performance was required to be evaluated, but the best part was that this was a very common sense based question. It was not there in your study mat, but it was a very common sense based question. Sometimes when we are in huge pressure of the examination, a question that is absolutely common sense based, which we've not studied in the syllabus, our brain refuses to recognize that particular question. That is the problem. Our brain refuses to recognize that chapter, that topic. Our brain refuses to really identify that particular topic, and that exactly what happened with students of July 2023 attempt. A very straightforward question, guys. A very a general knowledge based question, but students were not able to attempt it because their mind refused to accept it. That is what happened in July 2023 attempt. Okay. Then risk management. Theory question came from risk management. 2-point analysis, very, very important topic, both from theory perspective and a practical perspective. So an important topic, practical question came. EPS calculation, very simple EPS calculation came in the examination. But the students were wondering, how can EPS calculation come in SPM? How can EPS calculation come in SPM? This was the confusion which was there in students' mind. Therefore, they were absolutely confused with a simple EPS calculation. That is why I was saying the examination or the questions were not difficult, but they were of a different pattern, and that's why the students got confused. Okay. Now, capital adequacy ratio, this was something new which was introduced in the syllabus for the first time, and that was a new topic which was given in the July 2023 attempt. A practical question, but a simple, straightforward practical question. I have covered these kind of practical questions in my new recordings in the syllabus 2022 recordings of SPM BVM. Okay, so this was SPM, untypical or quite different from what has been the trend of SPM. Okay, then this is entirely BVM, business valuation. Okay, now business valuation, again MCQ, justification is required. MCQs of 10 marks, again 2 marks question each. Justification will be required even if it's not written. Okay, first question was definition of value. What do you mean by value? What is the standard of value? What kind of values are there? A very basic theoretical question which we study in our basics of valuation chapter. This was asked in the examination. 6 marks. Valuation of shares. Okay, valuation of shares. 3 questions were asked from valuation of shares. This was very unlikely. Okay, 1 question came from warrant, 1 question came from share valuation, 1 question came from business valuation. Very uncommon. Never ever the institute has asked 3 questions from valuation of shares. But yes, after merger and acquisition, the third important topic is valuation of shares. First important topic, merger and acquisition. Second important topic, basics of valuation and valuation models. Third important topic, valuation of shares. 3 questions were asked from valuation of shares. And 1 question from brand valuation, that too theoretical. Very unlikely. That's why I'm saying very unlikely. Usually, typically students would not study the theoretical portion of brand valuation. They would leave the theoretical portion of brand valuation, but it was asked in the examination. Then valuation of goodwill, a very easy, simple, straightforward question came from valuation of goodwill, and only 1 question came from merger and acquisition. History says that at least 15 to 20 marks come from merger and acquisition, and this time, July 23, only 1 question came from merger and acquisition. That was the change in the pattern which was introduced by the institute. Okay, and valuation of shares gained importance. Merger and acquisition lost its importance. Still, nonetheless, these 2 chapters are going to be the heaviest, the most important chapters of a syllabus without fail. Okay, now let's come on to the MQP. Okay, let's see the MQP model question papers. Okay, this is the MQP. Okay, what is the MQP? So MQP discloses that again there was a change in paper pattern. 30 marks question were MCQs, 2 marks each, 15 questions were asked, justification not required. Then there were different questions of 14 marks each, and you have to choose questions from these 14 marks. Okay, primarily both SPM questions, both SPM question, both SPM question, both BV question, both BV question, both BV question, but 1 question where 7 marks SPM, 7 marks BV. Mix was also there. So you can expect absolutely anything. Expect the unexpected. Okay. The best part is, if I'm not well versed with SPM theoretical portion, if I'm not well versed with SPM practical portion that came as a googly in July 2023 attempt, I can skip it. I can move to BVM practical question. That was the best part about this particular paper pattern. This paper pattern is quite simple as compared to the July 23 paper pattern, because July 23 was fixed. 50 marks SPM, 50 marks BVM. What if I want to skip SPM practical questions? I could not if there was the earlier paper pattern. But in this paper pattern, I can absolutely skip the SPM difficult question. I can only do BVM questions. That is the privilege that I have in this particular paper pattern. Therefore, I'm saying this paper pattern is very, very favorable to you, both for cost audit and management audit. In cost audit also, guys, I don't want to do management audit. I don't want to attempt the theoretical portion of management audit. Skip it. Skip it. There's no clear-cut bifurcation. So skip it. Okay. Now, CRM, customer relationship management, balance scorecard. Both the questions, very simple, straightforward questions. Coming in the examination. Economic efficiency, practical question. This will definitely come, guys. This will definitely come. Maximization, minimization problem. How to compute average cost, marginal cost, total cost, revenue, profit, and how to maximize profit, minimize cost. All these questions are very, very important from an exam standpoint. Economic efficiency chapter, theoretical portion is little less important. Practical question is more important. That is true. Okay. Then ERM, enterprise resource management, enterprise risk management. Okay. So risk management question, theoretical question. DuPont analysis. Now, surprisingly, theoretical portion came from DuPont analysis, not practical. Not practical. Theoretical portion came from DuPont analysis. this was the surprising element. So DuPont analysis is important from a theory as well as practical standpoint. Then Altman Z score, all-time favorite practical questions of the examiner, so definitely very important. And there's a Benish M score in the new syllabus, that is also very Benish M score. That is also very important. Okay. Valuation of shares, again, valuation of business, valuation of brands. These are the three practical questions which came, and EVA. EVA also is forming part of valuation of business. Okay, so these are the practical questions which came from shares, brands, and the valuation of investments. Okay, then as usual, merger and acquisition definitely will hold an important aspect in your paper, guys. Unlikely July 23, I'm expecting that merger and acquisition will at least hold 15 marks, 14 marks in your upcoming December examination, for sure. Rest only institute knows, but according to my hunch feeling, M&A is definitely important. Then surprisingly, there's a question from common size statement, which is an SPM question. Common size statement, where we are comparing the past year and current year's financial statements and analyzing the report. Now, this is unusual because common size statements have not come in the examination. They are not very important also. Still, they have appeared in the MQP. So please, it's very easy. Please go through them once. And last is basics of valuation. Basics of valuation is for 7 marks, which has come in the examination. So basics of valuation is definitely an important. And guys, in my book, I have clubbed 2 topics: basics of valuation and valuation models. Both of them are very important portions. Okay. So yes, this was the analysis of MQP model question paper, which has come in the December attempt. Which has come for the December attempt, and according to this analysis, I have called out the important topics for BVM as well. Again, pledge. I want a pledge from you. Pledge that you're not going to leave any portion of the syllabus, and you're just going to give more emphasis to these topics. That's it. Okay. Theoretical portion. Now, I have mentioned the chapters from a theory standpoint, which are important, okay? Not the topics. I have highlighted the chapters and not the topics, okay? I have highlighted the chapters and not the topics. These are the chapters which are very important. Performance measurement, performance improvement, risk management. 3 chapters of SPM which are very important from a theory standpoint. Now, you will say, sir, but a theory question from brand also came in the examination. It's just because a theory question came from brand in examination doesn't make it important. Such theory question can come from valuation of merger and acquisition as well. Doesn't make it important. You have to see which chapters have been consistently recurring in the examination from a theory standpoint, and only these 3 chapters stand fit in that criteria. SPM chapters are theoretically more important as compared to BV chapters. Valuation of brands, valuation of goodwill, all these chapters are less important. SPM chapters are more important from an exam standpoint. Okay. So performance management, performance improvement tools, risk management. These 3 chapters are very important from an exam standpoint. Economic efficiency, more important from a practical standpoint. This is important from a theoretical standpoint. Now, practical portion, yes, these are the important topics of practical M&A, merger and acquisition. No compromise on this particular chapter. Whatever I've done in class, whatever practice question I've given you on the back of my book has to be done 3 times before the examination for sure. The M&A, yes, the most important topic of your syllabus. DuPont analysis, very important topic, can recur in the upcoming examination. Valuation of shares, specifically warrants, is very important. Valuation of shares is very important. And yes, after July 23, goodwill also seems to be important, but goodwill forms a part of shares also. So when you cover shares, goodwill is automatically covered over there. So that is the benefit of covering valuation of shares. It incorporates good valuation of goodwill as well. Valuation of brands, definitely very important topic. Valuation of HR is less important than brands. Okay, past examination have proved that valuation of HR is less important as compared to valuation of brands. Valuation of brands is very important. Okay? Then basics of valuation plus valuation models, cash flow, free cash flow, what is free cash flow, equity, all these things are important from an exam standpoint. Economic efficiency of a firm, practical question from economic efficiency of a firm, that x square, 2x, no x, these kind of equations, quadratic equations, how to solve them, how to minimize them, how to maximize them. Those questions are important from an exam standpoint. Altman Z score and Benish M score. These two are important from an exam standpoint. Yes, syllabus 2016 students need not do Benish M score. Syllabus 2016 students need not do Benish M score. So guys, these are the chapters which are important according to my hunch feeling. Again, I'm repeating the same thing. This in no way is a prediction of the examination. This in no way is is an estimate that I'm going to do for the examination, that these are important topics are going to come for December 23 examination. I have a source in the institute. I have seen the question paper of December 23, and this is that I'm telling you this information. No, nothing of this sort. Okay, nothing of. I can be absolutely wrong in my estimation. So please don't think that this is an estimate, this is a prediction, or this is something which I'm forecasting. No, this is not that, but this is just my hunch feeling, which are important topics from exam standpoint. Do all the topics, but give more emphasis to these topics. And yes, cost audit marathon is already uploaded on my channel. I will share the link this video as well. Cost audit marathon is already live. BVM SPM marathon I'll be posting very, very soon, much before the examination. I'll be posting it on my channel, so keep keep tuned in the channel, because I've seen a lot of messages from you. So please give us BVM SPM marathon. I am in the process of creating the BVM SPM marathon. I know a little late, but I'll give you a good marathon of all the important chapters of BVM SPM. Very, very soon it will be uploaded on this particular channel. So stay tuned for the BVM SPM marathon as well. So yes, this became a longer vlog than I estimated, but I've given you some useful information about these two topics. These two topics are going to be game changers for your CMA final. I'm very sure. Group 4, if you're giving Group 4 or Group 3, Group 4 combined together, these two topics are going to be a game changer, and these two topics are going to change the kind of marks that you are going to score in Group 3. Yes, benefit of set off, benefit of clearing the group, aggregate, pushing the aggregate up. All these benefits are accrued from these two subjects, and it's a proven fact. So yes, that's all for this particular vlog, guys. I'll be meeting you quite a lot now till your examinations are over. I'm there with you till the examination, but one thing is very, very specific, guys. Do away with this devil which is there in your hand, which is your mobile phone. Now mobile phone is not required. See mobile phone only once a day. Keep your mobile phone on a switched off mode in the Almirah. Give it to your mom. See it only for 1 hour a day at night or whenever you end up your studies. Because if mobile phone is in front of you, if it is kept with you, it's going to suck away all your energy. And the energy and the effort that you need to put in an examination, that will be sucked up by this particular moment. So please do away with mobile phone. Please do away with social media. Please do away with your Instagram account, Snapchat account, Facebook account. Do away with everything. Yes, once in a day. Do come online so that at least you can get certain updates about the examination or some marathons or something like that, primarily YouTube. But please be away from checking random shorts on YouTube or checking Instagram stories. I'm surprised, sometimes just to check the sincerity of my students, I message them on WhatsApp. Hi, so suppose I'm messaging Anirudh. Hi Anirudh, how are you? Within few seconds, Anirudh replies back to me saying, hello sir, I'm good, how are you? And this is what I don't want. This is what I don't want. If you're replying to WhatsApp messages within few seconds, are you even studying? Are you even studying? Ask yourself this question. Are you even studying? If you're doing this, answer is no, you are not studying. You are actually betraying yourself. You are actually betraying your mother. You're actually betraying your father. You're actually betraying your mentors and your teachers. You're betraying if you are replying to messages within 1 second. I've seen students live on Instagram, even now, posting videos, posting memes, sharing in what a miserable condition are they. Currently, they're not able to rectify anything. They're not able to learn anything. They're not able to recall anything. How will you, when your brain is absolutely occupied by Instagram stories and Instagram memes, how will you be able to, revise anything or recall anything? You won't be able to. So, I'm telling a very strict thing for next 15 days till exams are on. Please do away with this devil called mobile phone. This will eat away all your energy. Do away with it. Keep it in an Almirah or something like that, so that you're not able to even pull it out. Do that and see the change in you. On that positive note, on that preachy note, all the very best and happy studying. Bye bye.